So Anna and Jochen, I know Jochen, you're actually from you're from Germany, and I know your family has a long history in gardening. And Anna picked up this habit to some degree because of you, or because of a visit to Germany, right? So tell us a little bit more about how you guys started gardening and how is the plants going right now. Sorry, you were still now
Jochen,
muted.
you're on mute.
Yeah, you need to turn on your
yeah.
audio. Okay, now it's good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Yeah, my dad was born on a farm in Germany. And so that's where my roots basically are. And my family has gone back farming a couple of centuries. And but then really into gardening was when what is quite common in Germany to have a separate plot just for gardening. You have a little house there, one room shed, basically the way you spend your weekends. And that's how I got into gardening. And then when Anna visited us, but I let her tell the story how she got into it. But the funny thing is that growing up, I was never really into gardening with my dad in the garden plot, and I kind of started with indoor plants first. Nothing as beautiful as the two from the two ladies in China. That's really was amazing, and the pictures are amazing too. So what you make out of the little plot is really amazing. Yeah, so I started with the indoor plants, and then once we found our little plot here in the US, that's when we got into the vegetable growing.
Yeah,
and
great.
I let Anna talk about her exposure to gardening.
Yes, Anna.
Yes, good morning, everybody.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, yes. So on a visit to Jochen in Germany, we spent some time in his father's community garden, and I was just taken away by what could be done with a small plot of land. And then coming back to the States, so as you can see here, I live in a townhouse community. It's called an HOA, or homeowners association. So aside from not having much land, there are regulations which do not permit homeowners to, let's say, grow a vegetable garden here in what you'll see is my little plot of land. If I were allowed to, I would be able to actually sustain myself on the land that you see here. So what we did is we worked around the rules, and we went upwards onto my front porch here. And we have a lot of herbs that we're growing in planters. This is called sorrel. It's not so much an herb, but like a leafy green. It can be used in soups and salads, and it's tangy. So it tastes a little bit like lemon.
Oh, cool.
And here we have basil. This is seasonal, so it's coming to the end.
The basil is huge in your garden. It's like a small tree. I didn't even recognize it at first sight.
Yeah, it grew upwards because I neglected it. I didn't prune it through the season to make it grow more into a bush. But either way, it still tastes the same. And
yeah, exactly.
Then, we like to incorporate flowers, which helps bring in, the pollinators like the bees and the butterflies.
Okay.
And then over here we have green onions. And over here we have parsley.
Green onion. Oh, I love parsley. Yes.
Yeah, the parsley is really tasty in nearly every dish.
Yes.
You can add it to. Down here we have wild garden or garlic chives. This is one of Lawrence's favorites. Panning out this way, I have some sage, and in the distance there, all those white things, those are also garlic chives. So this is what we're able to do here in my little HOA townhouse community. In the garden that we share with Lawrence, so we rent a small plot, which is about 6.
How do you collect the water?
Lawrence?
Sure. So Jochen and I...
sorry, yes, Anna, please continue.
Yeah. Sure. So aside from having a green thumb, Jochen and I are environmentally conscious, and we try to do most that we can to help the environment. So what you'll see here on the corner of my house is what Lawrence was referring to as a water reservoir, and it collects the rainwater. It's full right now. So we use this to water the garden and our indoor plants.
Okay. Wow. This is very, yeah, as you said,
So
environmentally
here, as you
friendly.
can see, the water comes out from the spout. We just fill it up into a water container.
Mm-hmm.
And this is especially helpful because beyond the house is a watershed. And there's a slope here. And when it rains really hard, there's a lot of erosion. So by collecting the water here in the water tank, it helps
Yep.
the watershed back there. The watershed feeds into the Chesapeake Bay. So, you know, everybody's encouraged to collect as much rain runoff as possible in order to preserve the health of the Chesapeake Bay.
You talk like an
Yeah, and we also don't
architect.
use any.
So did Jochen told you that?
Sure.
Maybe he designed that, right? It sounds very, very professional to me. Those designs, you know, the waterfall, the road.
Oh, the water reservoir. Actually, the city of Rockville promotes this. They give you $100 towards the purchase and installation of a water reservoir. So mine cost, I think it was $150, and it paid itself off very quickly. I don't know if you can see on the top of our house and my neighbor's house, we have solar panels.
Yes.